RuPaul is calling out state bills that target drag performances, claiming that they are a distraction from more important issues. In an Instagram video, the RuPaul's Drag Race host urged his 4 million followers to register to vote and remove politicians who focus on easy targets instead of substantive problems. The message came after Tennessee became the first state to ban drag performances seen by children and gender-affirming health care for transgender youth. Now, RuPaul called drag queens the, quote, Marines of the queer movement and encouraged people to use their vote to elect leaders with real solutions.
You know, RuPaul has been, he has become, if not is, the granddaddy of, you know, this movement, this drag queen. I mean, when you think of drag, you think of RuPaul, his success, the success of the TV program, the success of the drag queens who have appeared on the TV program. So if there's going to be some sort of authority to push this message through, that this ain't bothering you, this ain't hurting you, and I have a tendency to agree that I feel it's artistry. I've said this before at the desk. Every time I attend a show, hasn't been too often because I haven't had time, I have a good time. Yeah. And you know, it's a girls' night out, and I just think the artistry and the passion behind what these queens do is amazing, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, you're right. It's an artistic, it's an art form, and it's also important to note the history of drag performances in the LGBTQ community. You know, once upon a time when, you know, our brothers and sisters, you know, were dying of HIV/AIDS, you know, in the 80s and 90s, you know, in particular, we know that there were a lot of drag queens that were performing to raise money, you know, to be able to provide the care that folks needed, you know, when they were dying. And so, you know, drag queens have played a very important role in advancing LGBTQ rights in this country. And big ups to Governor Whitmer here in Michigan, you know, for passing the Equality Act equivalent here in Michigan. That's a big deal. That's legislation that we can't pass in Congress, but here in Michigan they're able to do it, especially in the face of so much anti-LGBTQ hate that's afoot. And
you gotta say, you can get some great makeup tips. Man, oh man, they know how to put it on, baby. That's
right.
for sure.
Contour. That's right.